Look, now if you do punch, I want you jab, step jab. All right, just keep punching. We're gonna switch. Ready? Go. Work them out, work them out, work them out, work them out.
Now, what we gonna do? We can pick it up a little bit. We ain't really gotta pick it up. We're gonna throw shots in the inside. Because a lot of fighters I see doing the pass, they're doing it like this. Their hands is not turning. So when you're on the pass, your hands must turn.
Come on, jump, jump. I'm jumping. There you go, jump. Come on. Come on, jump. Jump. There you go, jump on. Come on.
Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis approaches. Floyd Mayweather stepped into the training camp alongside Tank for an intense, full-scale workout that made waves across the boxing world, with Mayweather's signature speed, sharp footwork, and unwavering focus on display. The session sent a clear message.
Good. Right down. There you go. There you go. There you go. Get that shot right there. Good, guys. Good. Time. Grab it. There you go.
This isn't just another exhibition Davis is preparing to bring. Here's a game under Mayweather's watchful eye. Mayweather has reportedly been teaching Davis some essential skills to prepare for his November 14 fight against a much bigger Jake Paul. During intense training sessions, Mayweather focused on precise timing, defensive counters, and exploiting
Okay, say if I shoot here, I'm saying, wah, wah. You know what I'm saying? You can't just shoot it and then bring it back and be like this. You gotta throw some squat to it. If you do like this, you up for boom, boom. So you gotta be a squat. So right here, boom, boom, everything's short. So you're still short. He see it, he'll see it, and place it down there. Slide out, anyway.
Against taller opponents. He drilled Davis on slipping, punches, body angle control, and inside power shots. These are the techniques Mayweather mastered against larger fighters. Okay, said it here. I'm saying you can't just shoot there and then bring it back and be like this. You got to throw some squat to it. If you do like this, you up for boom boom. So you got to be in a squat. So right here, go. Everything short. Still
that's so like above and beyond what other people do.
Even with him having $180 million guaranteed purse on Saturday night, he trains like he's broke. No joke. He trains like he don't have a dollar, like it's no tomorrow. And now I understand why you can put the cap on him and call him TBE.
The only person who's been able to do like that is Floyd Mayweather. He's the only guy who's been able to just be balling out of control, constantly flashing money, $1 million watches, you know, a fleet of super expensive cars, and still fucks everybody up. The thing about Floyd is he never lost his discipline. Floyd would famously run home from the nightclub. So he would go out in Vegas, he'd be partying. It looked like he's partying, he's drinking water. And then he would have his driver drive, and with his fucking pants on, jeans on, he would jog home.
Davis has always believed that the best way to improve is by stepping into the ring with bigger, stronger opponents. Training against larger fighters forces him to stay sharp, improve his timing, and perfect his power and movement. It's a tough approach, but it's built his confidence and composure under pressure. Over the years, Tank has learned how to stay calm when facing heavy hitters, using precision and smart defense to turn their side.
Do it to him. Put it on his ass. Oh!
There have been recent reports coming out of camp that Davis is absolutely laying down work with guys who are much taller and stronger than him, and the results are impressive. Gym observers say that some of his sparring partners, normally confident men with size on their side, were left teetering after taking his shots. One report even noted a bigger guy struggling to stay upright after Davis landed a heavy.
Gervonta Davis knocked out heavyweight in brutal sparring session, and it just makes me think. You're willing to go spar with heavyweights, but you're not willing to go fight people that you should be fighting. You know what I mean? You're fighting Lamont Roach. His sparring partners was like, man, I was about to spar Tank. He was sparring this big boy, a heavyweight boy. And Tank hit him so hard, he was on the ropes like this, hanging. I thought he died. I was like, man, I hope you don't do this stuff to me. When Davis asked to confirm whether it was true, the WBA lightweight champion said, stuff be happening. Best not to get in there with me. That's it. This guy has all the skills in the world to knock out even heavyweights in sparring, and yet he won't fight Shakur Stevenson. He won't fight Teofimo Lopez. He won't fight anyone that he needs to fight to become great. He's fighting Frank Martin and Lamont Roach. You know what I mean? It's just truly crazy. But hey, it's his career. If he wants to just make money, the easiest money that he can, without fighting the hardest competition.
Daniel Cormier highlighted that Jake Paul's size advantage overshadows any intrigue, making it difficult for fans to take the fight seriously. He explained that the weight gap isn't just physical, it affects stamina, power, absorption, and overall safety. In his view, the event might generate curiosity, but it fails to offer real sporting value. Cormier also noted that the constant focus on spectacle over substance could damage boxing's integrity. Stephen A. Smith has argued
it's kind of keeping me up at night.
Jake, how do you prepare for, like you said, a guy who is shorter than you? How do you find a sparring opponent to replicate something that obviously, there's nobody else out there that's Tank Davis? How do you prepare for a guy that's different stature-wise?
Yeah, no, we have world champions. Raymond Ford in the 130-pound weight class. We got Montana Lovin. Shakur Stevenson is coming in this week. So
Wow.
Just sparring against guys on their level and people who have, been doing this their whole entire lives. But we're really focusing on speed and not as much on power. I'm not doing as much like weightlifting and all of that stuff. I'm actually trying to like lose some muscle so that I have less weight and so that my punches are coming off faster.
I know the answer to this question. Is there any kind of universe where you view just surviving this fight as a win?
Like for me, I never let myself go there. I'm a fierce competitor and always need to have the W and come out on top. And also shock the world and even shock myself and show myself.
Gervonta Davis says coach which opponents he believes deserve to share the ring with. Tank next. The coach didn't hesitate. He made it clear that anyone who had spoken
it affects stamina,
negatively
power
about Davis
absorption,
should be the
and overall
first
safety.
to step up.
In his
Names like Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez were mentioned as fighters who have publicly questioned Tank's ability. For the coach, this isn't just about rivalry, but respect.
It was 190. Dean, that's bad. Because you know what that tells me? That tells me that even he recognizes that he's too big for him.
Yes.
He recognizes that he's too big for him.
I'm wondering how this even came about. It can't be that Gervonta Davis needs money. That can't be the reason why
he's been a world champion so recently. How could he be broke?
That's what I'm saying. Like, is he doing this for money? And then why and how is even Jake Paul doing this when no one respects it? Like, I can't think of anybody that respects this.
But Jake Paul has been able to carve out and make his own lane in boxing, and I've never seen anything like it, bro. He literally, we don't know what weight class he fights in any situation. We just don't know. He kind of makes his own rules.
He makes his own rules.
And it seems like people are playing by those rules. I remember a couple weeks ago, the WBC and the Jose Suleiman was very upset that he wasn't going to be able to put the belt on the winner at Canelo versus Crawford. That's the thing that's happened since the beginning of the time. Those guys are very powerful in boxing. But with Zuffa boxing, it was almost like that power was getting stripped away. They were very disappointed. But how can you take those sanctioning organizations seriously when they are sanctioning this?
That's my point. That's my point. That's why I think that this whole thing that we have, this boxing and this MMA argument and Zuffa getting into boxing, our argument is misplaced because things like this should not be happening. And the fact that boxing is allowing this to happen is an embarrassment to the sport.
Yeah, I don't understand why. I talked about this before. Like, I didn't know why they were fighting because, I mean, Gervonta Davis's last fight was at 130.
Stephen A. Smith has asked Gervonta. Davis says coach which opponents he believes deserve to share the ring with. Tank next. The coach didn't hesitate. He made it clear that anyone who had spoken negatively about Davis should be the first to step up. Names like